I thought it was, I'll probably say Kilda was. For the second time this year we actually played a real consistent brand of footy for 4 quarters. You know, I didn't really think we dropped off our intensity levels at all. Yeah. And by doing that, we're able to get the result that we wanted to. You know, we're able to continue to whack away at our contested stuff, which was pretty good all night, and really start to get some dominance with their inside 50. So it was more our ability just to maintain the style of play for 4 quarters, which probably since round 1 we haven't done, and you know, that's why the players got their reward.
Forward pressure stood out to me, did it to you? That they found it really hard to get out of their back half today.
I think you know, we definitely made it a focus. I think most teams do against Carlton. They are pretty good on the outside. They're good on the inside too. But they have guys who can certainly get outside and run and carry the ball. So you know, we still had to send numbers up to stoppages, but we relied on guys like Matty Thomas and Ebo and Schultze and Westy and Chad Wingard and all those guys just to keep playing 2-on-1s for us the whole time, and they did that pretty well.
Matthew, you were in the room, sir, for a long time after the game. Did you talk to the players a lot about tonight's meeting?
No, sorry for holding up. If I did, I didn't know. No, it was very brief. It was, you know, congratulated them on a good 4-quarter effort. You know, we stuck at what we wanted to do, and the plan we wanted to play with, we did that to the T. The players did. So, you know, just giving them a lot of credit for that, and then turned our focus pretty quickly to Hawthorne. You know, they're a great team, one of the best teams going around at the moment. So we've got to set ourselves for a challenge of that, and you know, let's get ready on the training track and not get ahead of ourselves at all, which we don't have any reason to.
We've asked you this the past 2 weeks, but what message did you send out tonight, beating your side like Carlton?
I'm not sure what message it is. We're just concerned about what we're trying to do, how we're trying to play, giving our guys experience. You know, our on-ball group today really didn't have Kane in there, didn't have Dom in there again, and you know, Broadbent was able to stand up. Hamish was, we were able to put, you know, Maury in there towards the end of the game. Ben Jacobs spent a lot of time on the wing, so we're just continually developing our group with some experienced players around them, and we got to do it against a pretty good team. And next week we get to test ourselves against a good team again. So for us, it just shows us that what we're doing is on the right path. But you know, we've got a lot of work to do still, and we look forward to you know, stepping up to the plate again next week.
Matty, you had a lot of optimism around the group before the season proper started. A couple of results haven't quite fallen your way. Is this win a bit of a breakthrough win for the club?
I'm not sure. I thought the win we had a couple of weeks ago was probably a pretty good win, considering we only really played a good 20 minutes and got away with it. So, but we as a group haven't lost our belief in what we're going to do. You know, we've been competitive. We had a poor quarter against Richmond, probably a poor quarter against Adelaide in the last quarter, and apart from that, we really haven't had poor quarters. We've been competitive and just haven't been good enough to get over the line. So we've kept on believing and developing our group. And you know, they've been able to get their rewards for the hard work they've been putting in, and tonight's game was certainly that.
Matthew, what prompted that rethink on some of those players as well, like Cassisi moving back, Thomas moving forward, Corns moving into other things? What prompted that rethink?
It was probably we'd been competitive but hadn't been able to get over the line. It was okay, well, you know, how are we going to give more game time? We had some midfielders starting to coming back into fitness. How are we going to get them on ball rather than play on the periphery? How do we get them inside and expose them to some pressure? And you know, by Dom, we know he can play a pretty good role there for us. Kane was the same, probably losing a small forward in Hitchcock. Allowed us to use Matty Thomas in that role. So it was just a bit of horses for courses, but also, you know, as I said last week, having an eye to what we need to do win this week and next week, but also having an eye to what our group's got to be like at the end of the year and you know, in 12 months' time after that.
Is it simple to say it just was a need of confidence for the group, or was it then finally understanding what you wanted to do with it?
I think it's a bit of both. The confidence is hard. Is hard to get and easy to lose, and we probably lost a bit of that. Even though, you know, talk to the players when we were losing about, no, we're not far, guys. We're close. We just got to tidy up this and that. Doing that every week was probably starting to wear thin on them. But they kept on working pretty hard at their craft, and so there was a little bit of that, and a little bit of, you know, we've changed things up at training slightly and getting them to control training a bit more, and out on the ground they're starting to control what they need to do rather than just be totally coach driven all the time.
When's the last time you saw the group actually attack the opposition with the ball with that sort of consistency, philosophy, and always the intent to make sure they didn't do anything?
Probably for that consistency, 4-quarter effort was round 1. You know, we probably haven't attacked the opposition like that for 4 quarters since round 1, and funny enough, we got the result we wanted to in that game. So this was the second time this year I would have thought we've been really good for 4 quarters.
Hamish, it must be very pleasant for you and the players. What's the difference difference in the side compared with last year or recent weeks?
Oh look, I think we've added some really quality players to our list. Brad Ebert has been fantastic. His work rate, training and during the games is just outstanding. Guys have taken their footy to another level. Matty Broadbent, as Matty mentioned, he's kicking goals and winning clearances, and he's just been so vital to us. Benny Jacobs is a bit the same as well. He's really improved as well. So a bit of that. Great pre-season for majority of the players, which we harped on pretty early in the season, and it's held everyone in really good stead.
Hamish, one of the basics that can be asked of any team is that you just try. Is there a reason why you're really trying for that 4 quarters?
Look, we've really had a strong focus on sticking to our structures and trying to stick to our structures for 4 quarters, and that's probably something that we haven't done all year except for round 1. We did that really well tonight. As Matty said, we've been competitive for a majority of the games, but we probably haven't put a 4-quarter performance together since round 1. But tonight was just exceptional, and everyone played their role, and you get great results when everyone plays their role.
That's the question. What do you want to try now for 4 quarters?
Oh, look, we've always wanted to try. There's no doubt about that. But as Matty said, there's guys that have maybe been underdone. They've come in and they've got a few games under the belt now, so they're able to do that more consistently, to try more consistently. But there's no doubt that we've been trying to win games. But it takes a bit of consistency within the group, and that's what's happened, and we've got some great results.
You're on the cover of the record this week saying you're happy to lead the team out of a rut. You feel that responsibility?
Oh, look, certainly it's not just me. We've got a few great young leaders in the group, Jackson Trengove, and obviously Travis Spoke as well, assisting Dom and Schultze. So it's not purely my responsibility, but I've got no doubt that everyone will share the load, and we've built some great confidence over the last few weeks, and I'm really looking forward to the challenges we've got ahead. Certainly next week's going to be just as tough as tonight, but we're really looking forward to it.
So you led from the front tonight, though. Do you enjoy that leadership?
Look, I enjoy it, but I was just really happy to contribute. We had, guys from each line tonight, forwards, backs, mids, they all contributed all over the field, and I was grateful to be a part of that.
Man, you must be pleased with Daniel Pearce too. Like 3 weeks ago, he was playing in the SNFL with Stu, and he's come out and had 3 really good games and shown a lot more defensive prowess.
Yeah, he's been terrific. They sent Simpson to him, and we ran with that for a while, and then that we let him go head to head, and I thought Daniel did that really well. He's an important player to us, and that's why he gets tagged every week. But he's really stepped up his play offensively and defensively, as you said, and still been able to generate finding the ball for himself and hitting the scoreboard or getting inside 50 for us. So it's pleasing that he's really bought into that, and he's had some help from his teammates, which was probably lacking a little bit also, and. You get that combination, and you're winning the contested clearance stuff also helps him get on the end of it.
Could it be a turning point in his career though, the last 3 weeks, because he's doing so many more defensive things now? Before that?
Yeah, we hope so. Yeah, we continue to work on it. He's got real pride in his performance, and his pride certainly wasn't happy where he's at, and doesn't like going back to the SNFL. But how he goes about his footy Monday to Friday is certainly pretty important to how he prepares for the game, and he's done that really well. He'll probably get some attention next week, and we'll get ready to deal with that. But I thought he certainly dealt with that pretty well the last 3 weeks.
What do you make of the momentum you've got now? What's possible?
What's possible is we give ourselves a chance to have a real good crack at Hawthorne, who, whatever, I don't care what everyone says, they are one of the best teams in the competition when they're up and going. And I think today's result, what they did today, certainly showed that. So it gives us great momentum into that game. It gives us a great chance to have a crack at them and test ourselves. Like I said yesterday, we get to test ourselves against Carlton, who are a top 4 side. We get to test ourselves against Hawthorne, who are certainly one of those sides, and that's all it does for us. It sets us up for a good week this week.
In terms of the address rehearsal, like tonight, when you attack the opponent with the ball, is that the perfect way to approach Hawthorne as
Oh, I think so. Yeah, they're a beautifully skilled team, but they're very good in the contested situation too. They probably don't get enough credit for that. But yeah, you certainly got to get them and put pressure on them. But really, we're focused on trying to put pressure on the opposition significantly over the last month, and we've certainly crept up the ladder in that regard. And we're going to have to bring it probably better again than what we did tonight against Hawthorne on Sunday.
How far is that from what you would call a complete picture of what you want the ball to play?
Look, I think as a coach, you probably never think you ever get the complete picture. You've got an opposition going against you, unfortunately. So, but I thought their ability just to keep whacking into the contest, keep competing, keep putting pressure on Carlton was as close as we've got to. And you know, if they could bring that effort and intensity and willingness every week, you know, we'll be a real hard team to beat.